Hey, what's up? I'm Coaster Cat, aka Roller Coaster Rider, and this is part two of the four-part special in this playlist of Disney very special episodes. Not necessarily on cameos and crossovers, so to speak, but more about commentaries on feminism and bullying. I'm here with.
Hi, I'm Kay.
See how I changed the conversation?
Yep, first you did.
I just realized how distasteful that joke was, and I apologize. Um, the in the previous one that we reviewed, Raider Rooney, that one kind of talked about how women were judged based on their physical appearance. This one, I think, was that times 50 and is, even though it was a while ago, is way more relevant nowadays than it probably was when they did it. So ahead of the curve right there. Um the episode had three plots. The first one was Joey returning a library book that had syrup on it.
Pancake syrup.
So
Because he had pancakes and syrup
yeah.
in his backpack and he got them on the book.
And so Dump Truck decides to use his locker, or decides to ask him for a favor at a future time. He says sure, because you seem like an upstanding man.
And you should tell him Dump Truck is like a hall monitor, but he's the police of the library books.
The way I would describe him is Tony Soprano's son. I can't put it much clearer than that. You?
Yep, that's pretty clear.
Okay, so he does use the locker, and he says, "Okay, Joey, don't go in there, okay?" That's my terrible Italian accent.
Can't go in there until he says so.
Yeah. And they overhear him talking about how this guy, they don't have to worry about him anymore. And it leads Joey and Willow to think that he killed somebody.
And there was a dead body stuffed in his locker.
Yeah, and they're extremely worried. Should we reveal what happened or keep that a secret?
Oh, you could keep it a secret right now.
Okay. The B plot was with Maddie and Parker, where Maddie has an overdue library book that she said she returned, but she didn't, which I think we can all relate.
Yep.
I'm still trying to find that book from like 19 years ago. Anyway, and we moved. So Parker then realizes where that book is. It's in the Parker tunnel, in like the main Parker hangout area. And he can't return the book because that's basically the support beam to the entire foundation of the house.
Right. So you should tell him what Parker does.
Well, they tried moving it once, and Joey was either drinking like a milkshake or chocolate milk, and got it like poured all over him because it was practically an earthquake. So then they're torn, and so they decide to pick their mom's cookbook because she bought a cookbook and she's promised for years to make pad thai, and she hasn't, and I think we can all relate to that. I'm sorry, but I think we can all relate.
Yeah.
And so
they want your mom to make a certain recipe, and she doesn't.
Yeah. And then that kind of gets resolved with swapping the Thai book for the library book.
Yep.
With questionable results.
Well, at the time.
Yeah. And then the A plot, I will be quiet right now.
The A plot is Liv is going back out to wherever the awards was going to be at.
Probably Hollywood.
Hollywood, probably, for red carpet. And she mentioned to her mom before she took the trip out there.
Well, first they did a Q&A.
Right, they did a Q&A on Voltage.
And, yeah.
And a lot of the young women were asking, what shoes are you wearing? Oh, where'd you get your dress? I like your hair. I like your makeup. You're so pretty today. And Liv is like, why do they always ask...
Willow wonders.
Oh, Willow is wondering, why do they always ask you about your looks and your fashion and everything, and then ask, what's the guy's name? The actor that's with her, how he feels in his role, the TV show, and all that.
So on the red carpet...
Well, before she gets out there, Liv talks to her mom, and her mom is like, well, change the conversation.
And Kay just dropped a mom bomb.
Yep. So she went out there to the red carpet, and... She
got bombarded with the exact same questions, including World Meets News, which...
Yeah, I've never heard of them, but...
I want to make a fake news joke, but I'm not going to.
Okay. And, so then she sees Kristen Bell.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kristen is answering questions, and then Liv goes, how about we change the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
So then a reporter came up to them, and she kind of took the mic, Kristen Bell and Liv, and they started to say, why don't you ask me a question about this? How I feel about that? And, they went on and on.
Yeah, like, I like fashion, but that's not all I am.
Right. So then she's on the set again, and Voltage... And she starts getting questions from fans about...
Well, she also gets she gets a compliment first.
Oh, yes. She gets a compliment about what she said on the red carpet and everything. And then the female fans were starting to ask her how she feels. What charity does she like? More important questions.
And what's her biggest achievement?
Yes. And how she feels playing a... Superhero in that. So then you go back to plot B, where they exchange the books so Maddie can get her transcripts to apply for college, and they take the pad Thai, or whatever the book is called, something in Thai, and then
Win, lose, or tie,
yeah. And then they're at school, and Maddie's like, I returned the book, now I get my transcripts, now all I need is my birth certificate. And her mom is right there, and she says in front of Parker and in front of Maddie, oh, I keep all the important papers in my Thai cookbook. And they look at each other like, oh my God, that's what's supporting the house now.
Mm-hmm. So, who would you say this episode's MVP was?
Probably Liv.
Yeah.
She wanted to make a statement and change the thinking about women in their roles. They're not just pretty things. They are there acting and stuff like that. So
they're more than just hair and makeup.
Yep.
And clothes.
Yep, you said it.
Were there any memorable bits? Because I have two.
Nah. It was all kind of good.
The two bits were with Kristen Bell that I enjoyed. Oh. The one was like what they should do to the reporters, taking their microphones and bashing their car headlights.
Yeah.
And she was in it. She was like, "Come on, let's do that."
Yeah.
Which now she scares me now. And if I ever meet her, I'll make sure that our car is about 500 miles away. Or we have insurance. And the other one was the hand gestures to both the mom and
Elroon's mom and Kristen Bell's kids.
Yeah. I thought those hand gestures were pretty funny. What did you think about the main message?
It was true that, if you like what you do and you're passionate about it, you're not just that actress, that actor. You are a person, you do have other things, and you don't want to always be asked the cookie cutter questions.
I think it was more about how the women were kind of being pigeonholed into being asked fashion questions.
Fashion, makeup, hair, dress, shoes, purse.
He didn't seem to mind being asked action and various other questions.
True.
Would you tell people to watch this episode?
Yeah.
I would as well. Now here's the big question. This episode or Rate a Rooney, which one do you think was better?
Good question.
See? I changed the questions.
Yes, you did.
And I do realize how distasteful all of these comments are.
I think Rate a Rooney
was more universal, and this is more of just celebrity commentary.
Right.
Sorry to take the words out of your mouth.
That's okay.
Anyway, is there anything else you want to say?
Nope. Story 2 down.
2 more to go. After dealing with, I'm gonna write down a word and you tell me if I can say it. After dealing with these issues, we're now going to go on to the topics of bullying.
Okay.
Specifically, cyberbullying.
Okay, bring it on.
Again, very topical nowadays.
Yepers.
Okay.
Take care. Bye for now.
No, say who you are. Until next time, I'm Coaster Cat, aka Roller Coaster Rider.
And I'm Kay. Catch on the rebound.
Ask other questions.